Well, I'm at the Cobalt Systems stand and I'm joined by Chris Hunt, who's going to show us around the stand. But first of all, tell us a little bit about the company.
Yeah, hi. I'm Chris from Cobalt Systems. We specialise in barcode labelling automation, mainly dealing with packs, cases and pallets. So it's the secondary and tertiary labelling. We've got lots of people here doing the primary labelling. That goes into a case, and then we print and apply the barcode labels to that for traceability. So that can be from food and beverage into pharmaceutical, and right through, of course, into pharmaceutical. We've got the serialisation aggregation type projects, UDI projects that go with that too. So quite a spectrum, but all things barcode labelling automation. Basically, we print it, we apply it, and we inspect it.
Fantastic, that was lovely and succinct. So now we're going to have a look at some of your machinery that you have here, starting, I believe, with this one on the corner. So tell us a little bit about this.
So this is our core product. This is the Cobalt Nexus machine. So our whole range basically runs around this system. We've got the Nexus body itself, which is the printer applicator. So we have the media control here, simplified media path, all numbered rollers with direction, nice and easy for operators to use. And then we have the control panel here, where basically all the operations of the machine are set through this, whether it's delay sensors and all those different settings that we need to do through that panel. It's quite a compact system. Everything's inside there that you need, so there's no external cabinets or air control boards or anything like that. It's all on board the system. And then we have, a part of that is the print engine, which is basically interchangeable. So about 85% of what could fail in this whole machine is in that box. And this box here can be changed within 5 minutes. So I'm sure most production managers will be happy if they can remedy 85% of the problems in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's great news for anybody that's looking at a machine like this. Is it possible to see this in action?
So, yeah, we'll run that. There is an application tool on here as well. This is a linear application side apply. The rest of the machines that are on our stand all revolve around this machine, but with different applications here. So we'll run this. Okay. So this is set up to basically, it'll apply the label via an air blast without making contact to the product. You'll see on here that we're actually transferring the label by quite a large distance. We wouldn't normally do that. We'd normally take it within about 1 millimetre and then air blast it on. So there's no contact, therefore no damage to the product and no stress on the machine. We do this for the show just so we can stack it up a little bit higher and show the repeatability of it. Also, you see some flashing underneath. We're actually doing some barcode verification here, and if you look at the screen, we can actually see the barcode quality on the machine as you go. The idea is that you'll see deterioration ahead of failure rather than wait until we have a failure. Okay. What I'll do is I'll just simulate that getting a barcode error by basically blocking the sensor so it thinks it's got an error. Okay. And what that's done is it's basically seeing that it's not reading properly, so it holds the label, and the label is still on the pad. It will not put the wrong label onto the product. Okay.
That's fantastic peace of mind, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a lot easier to deal with products that haven't got labels on than it is to try and find the products that have got the wrong label or the poor quality barcode on it.
Absolutely. Right, shall we move on to the next machine, which is just this way? So talk us through this one then, Chris.
So this is Cobalt Nexus again. This is an all-electric machine, so it doesn't require air. We're seeing a lot more customers asking for all-electric systems. And this is actually designed to print and apply labels at high speed to the front of packs without having to change them. Historically, people would have to rotate the pack to put the label on the side, whereas now they can put it on the front, no need to disrupt the production line flow. Okay. So this will run at 80 products per minute, directly onto the front. It's a very simple machine. It's very good on energy consumption. It does what it says on the tin, basically. So we can run this. Could you run this one, Michael?
Energy consumption is such an important buzzword, isn't it, in manufacturing?
Yeah.
That's a completely different application process, really, on that one.
Yeah, it's very simple, but it's very effective. Yeah. And the cost of ownership on this is extremely low too. We've been doing high-speed shrink wrap front apply in real time for a long time. There used to be air-based systems, but the air-based systems could be a little bit more fussy. Whereas this it doesn't really matter if the pack stalls, it doesn't matter what the speed is. The way the application method works, you're always going to get a real good contact with and a good application. Not so good on here at the moment where it's overlaying the labels. Of course, there would only be one on a paddle.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Other things to bear in mind here, we've got them slightly proud of the top just so we can take them off easier. Yeah. But this will be on the front of the product.
Okay, wonderful. That's really interesting to have a look at. So we're going to move on to this one next. Now, this is quite a hefty piece of machinery, isn't it? What's this?
Yeah, so here we've got 2 pallet labels on offer. So we've labelled our cases. Our cases are then palletised. usually wrapped, and then basically we want to identify the case and make sure we're putting the right pallet labels on. It's becoming more and more common for people to share the resource for pallet wrapping, so you might have multiple lines going through one wrapper, and at the end of it we need to guarantee that we get the right label on it. So I can ask Michael to start the machine.
Your glamorous assistant over there.
Since pallet's going to come back to this side, and we're going to demonstrate the one on the right first. Now you'll see in the corner there's a little label at the bottom left corner, and on there's a 2D code that has all the information that's required at the final pallet label. Okay, so that's been read. You can imagine this is about to go into a wrapper. We now know what the product is that we need to label, and if you look at the screen up in the far corner there, I don't know if you can see it, up on the screen at the back, it's taking you through a sequence showing you that it's retrieving the data from the ERP system. It's now going to print and apply to 3 sides of the pallet. So it's done the first label, it's now doing the side label, and then it'll do the rear label. So it's three labels it goes through. At the other end, we will then check all the labels, check that they are all matching labels and therefore in sequence, before we then directly receipt back into the MRP system or ERP system. SAP tends to be the one that we're most heavily involved in.
It's all such clever stuff, isn't it? I mean, the engineering that goes into these machines is just phenomenal.
So, absolutely. And they're built to last. So all of these are supplied with a 3-year warranty. They're very easy to maintain. We have the hot swap engines that we talked about earlier on with a return to base program on those. So there's no reason for the line to be down. And if we spec it right, we're sending the right data to it, we're using the right media, and we've got the right service plan in place, then the OEE should be absolutely fantastic.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, for showing us around. Have a great show.
Thank you. Thank you.